Hello and welcome. My name is Savannah and thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to share this fun and playful flow with you. I really hope you enjoy this class. I would love to hear in the comment section of the video how this practice goes for you. You can give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this class. And you can subscribe to my channel if you have not already to make sure that you do not miss any of the upcoming classes I will be sharing on my channel. Let's get started in a cross-legged seated position. If it feels better for you, you can come to a kneeling seat, or you can sit up on a folded blanket, a meditation cushion, a pillow, or a yoga block, anything like that, to elevate your hips, allowing you to get a little bit more comfortable and settled in so that you can stay in this position and start to ground in and center, connecting in with yourself, connecting in with your breath, rather than focusing on a part of your body being uncomfortable. So make any adjustments, make any movements you need to make, and then come to a place of stillness. Ground down through your sit bones and through your hips, through your entire lower body. Perhaps you imagine that there were tree roots reaching out through your feet and grounding you into the earth. And then the upper body is light and spacious. Shoulders come down away from the ears. The top of the head lifts up towards the ceiling. The chin lifts up ever so slightly. Know that right now there is nothing that you need to do. There is nowhere that you need to go. Simply take this opportunity to connect with yourself. Notice how you feel. Notice any thoughts that come up. Observe any emotions or feelings or sensations in the body. Without becoming too attached to anything that is coming up for you right now. Simply just noticing it. Watching your thoughts come and go. Take a couple more breaths. Blink open your eyes if you had them closed. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come together at heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands come together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come together at heart center. Walk your hands out in front of you. Maybe the elbows, the forearms lower down to the ground. Maybe the forehead rests down to the ground as well. Allow the hips to sit back towards the ground. Walk your hands back in towards your hips. Come over into a tabletop position on hands and knees. Ground down into all 10 fingers, all 10 toes, your knees and the tops of your feet. The toes are untucked. Find some stability and support here in your tabletop, and then extend your right leg back, your left arm out in front. Inhale here. Exhale, lower hand and knee down. Inhale, left hand comes to the left ear. Open up towards the left side of the room. Exhale, lower the hand down. Inhale, open up, left arm, right leg. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, left hand to the left ear. Open yourself up to the left side of the room, thoracic rotation. Keep your hips stable and steady. Lower down. Exhale. Inhale, right leg back, left arm out in front. Exhale, lower down, thoracic rotation, left hand, left ear, open up. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, right leg back, left arm out in front. Lower the hand and knee down one more time on this side, left hand, left ear. Open yourself up towards the left side of the room, grounding down into the right hand. Lower down. Find center, find a neutral spine, and then the left leg goes back, right arm out in front. Inhale here. Exhale, bring it down, right hand to the right ear. Open yourself up towards the right side of the room. Keep your hips stable and steady. Lower the hand down. Right arm extends out in front. Left leg back behind you. Exhale, lower. Inhale, thoracic rotation. Open yourself up to the right side of the room. Right hand to the right ear. Lower down. Exhale. As you inhale, reach back and reach forward. Right arm, left leg. Exhale to release. Right hand to the right ear. Open yourself up towards the right side of the room. Lower down. Inhale. Open up. Left leg, right arm. Exhale, lower down. Right hand to right ear. Thoracic rotation. Good. Lower the right hand down. Come back to tabletop. From here, tuck all 10 toes under. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. Hips lift up. Downward facing dog. Find any movement that feels good. Bending one knee as you straighten into the other. Shifting the weight from side to side. Inhale, look forward to your hands. As you exhale, step or hop your feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold, bend your knees. Allow the upper body to drape down over the lower body. Inhale, halfway lift, bring your hands to your shins. Reach your heart forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, reaching your arms up. Exhale, fold right back down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to release. Fold down over the legs. Plant your hands down. Step it back to plank. When you are in plank, take a big breath here. You can lower your knees down if you would like to. Then send those hips back, downward facing dog. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. The heels do not need to be reaching the mat. They can be lifted up here. The knees can be nice and bent as well. Let's inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way up to stand, reaching the arms up. Exhale, fold right back down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down, step both feet back to plank, fingers spread nice and far apart. From here, shift your weight forward, rocking forward. Shift it back, rocking back. A few more just like this. From here, take those hips up and back into downward facing dog. Find any movement that feels good for you. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. Make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Get tall, take up space here. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down, fingers spread nice and far apart. Step it back to plank. Shift the weight forward and then shift the weight back. Doing this a few more times. Moving slowly and with as much control as you can. From here, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Feet will meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to the shins. Reach your heart forward. Exhale to fold down over the legs. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come together at heart center. Inhale, sit your hips low, come to chair pose. Exhale, fold. Folding the upper body over the lower body, belly comes over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach that heart forward. Plant your hands down, step back to plank. Stay here, find stillness in your plank, or rock forward and rock back. Take it back to downward facing dog. Right away, right foot steps through, top of the mat. Stay on the ball of your back foot, the left foot, and then coming into crescent lunge. Getting nice and strong in your legs, shoulders over the hips, arms up overhead. You have a nice deep bend in your right knee. The left leg is straight. The hands can come together at heart center if that feels better for your shoulders. Good. From here, hands come down to frame the right foot. Step it back to plank, downward facing dog. Left foot steps through. In between the hands, stay on the ball of your right foot, rise up into your crescent lunge. Shoulders over hips, sit low in your lunge, the left knee is over the left ankle, and the right leg is straight. Good, bring your hands down to frame the left foot, step the left foot back to plank, back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Find any movement that feels good here. From here, set your knees down. Come to a tabletop. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Tuck all 10 toes under. Lift your knees up just to a hover above the mat. From here, step your right foot back to plank and then your left foot. Step your right foot up forward, left foot. Keep stepping your feet forward towards your hands and then come into a squat. Hands come together at heart center. Come all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up. Inhale, exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands down, step back to plank. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. Step your feet forward, 1 foot at a time, gradually towards the top of your mat to your hands. Feet will plant down, hands come together at heart center, come into your chair pose. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, straighten the knees, arms reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, reach your heart forward. Hands come onto the shins. Exhale to fold down over the legs. Plant the hands down. Step the right foot back and then the left. Plank pose. Step it in towards the hands. Planting the feet down once you get to your hands. Arms reach up or hands together at heart center. Whatever you prefer. Inhale, come up. Exhale to fold down over the legs. Inhale, reach the heart forward, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. One more, just like this. Walk those feet forward to the top of your mat or to your hands. Heels lower down, feet plant down. Reach your arms up or hands together at heart center. On your next inhale, straighten the knees, arms reach up. Exhale to fold down over the legs. Hands come on the shins. Halfway lift. Allow your spine to be parallel to the ground. Plant your hands down, step back to plank. Take it back to downward facing dog. Pedal it out, find any movement that feels good for you. Look forward to your hands. Make your way there as you exhale. As you inhale, halfway lift, reach the heart forward. Exhale to fold down over the legs. Inhale to come all the way up to stand. Exhale to fold it right back down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands down. Step back to plank. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Fingers are spread nice and far apart. The heels can be lifted in your downward facing dog. Take one more breath here in your downward facing dog before we move on. Good. Step your right foot up in between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Reach your arms up. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Think of bringing your right foot and your left knee towards one another to engage your legs a little bit more in this pose. Good. From here, bring the hands down, tucking the left toes under, lifting up the left knee. Step it back to plank. Bring the right knee down to the mat. And then bring the right shin to the right. Right hand stays down. Left arm will reach up. Open up into your modified side plank. So the left leg is long back behind you. Maybe look up to your left hand. Ground down into your right hand and your right knee. From here, come all the way up. Bring the left hand down the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over towards the left side. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Look wherever you like. Bring the right hand back down to the mat where it was before. Left arm reaches up and overhead. Bicep above the ear. Left hand comes down. Bring the right foot back to the back of your mat, stepping it to plank. Lower down to the belly. Come up onto your forearms. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Sphinx pose. Press down into your forearms to lift your chest up a little bit more here. We'll stay in this pose for a few more breaths. Good. Lower your chest down. Tuck your toes under, hands under the shoulders. Come up through plank or modified plank so you can keep the knees down as you press up. Come to plank. Come back to downward facing dog, lifting those hips up and back and finding any movement that feels good here. Step your left foot up in between the hands. Top of your mat, right knee comes down. Reach your arms up. Inhale. We'll be here for a few breaths. And can you think about bringing your left foot and your right knee closer towards one another without actually moving anything? So it's just an isometric contraction. The pose is looking pretty much the same, but you are feeling the difference. You are feeling the work happening in your own body. Bring the hands down. Tuck the right toes under, lift up the right knee. Step the left foot back to plank. Lower the left knee down. Bring the left shin off to the left so it's off of your mat. Right leg extends long. Left hand is down on the mat under the left shoulder. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Look wherever feels good for you, maybe up towards the right hand. If you would like to reach the arm right overhead, so bicep is above the ear, you can also do that. Finding a nice long line from the right fingers all the way back to the right toes. And getting a little bit more steady in the left hand and left knee. Finding a very good base of support here. From here, come all the way up. Right hand comes down the right leg towards the foot. Left arm reaches up and over towards the right. Stay right here for one more full breath. Left hand comes back down to the mat just where it was before. Right arm reaches up and over. One big complete cycle of breath. Bring the right hand down. Left shin comes back to center. Step back to plank. Lower down to your belly. Come back to Sphinx, propping yourself up onto your forearms, elbows underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under, lift yourself up into a forearm plank. In your forearm plank, think of reaching your heart forward. Extend your heels further back behind you. Find a nice long line from the crown of your head all the way back to your heels. Lower down, come to Sphinx. Lower your chest down, bring one hand over top of the other. Rest your head down onto your hands. Take one more breath here before we move on. Hands come underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, make your way back to plank and then back to downward facing dog as you lift your hips up and back. Find any movement that feels good for you. Inhale, look forward to your hands. Exhale to make your way there to the top of your mat. Sit your hips down towards your heels. The feet are planted down, hands together at heart center. You're in a little squat here. If you're higher up, that's okay too. Reach your arms forward. We're going to practice some rollbacks, coming back into this position. So roll back along the length of your spine. Plant your feet down at the top of your mat. Reaching your arms forward to help make that transition happen. Hands can come together at heart center. Let's try that a few more times. When you're ready, roll back. Arms reach forward as you plant the feet down, and then hands can come together at heart center. Crown of the head reaches up towards the sky. Heart reaches up as well. Roll back, reach the arms forward. Plant the feet down. Make your way back into that little squat. Let's do one more. When you're ready, start to roll back. Lifting the feet up towards the ceiling. Finding your balance. And then coming back into that little squat. Find some strength in your legs. Hands together at heart center. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold down over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands through heart center, fold back down. Bring your feet to mat distance apart, toes out, heels in. Sit your hips low, hands together at heart center. Come into your malasana. You can shift the weight from side to side if that feels good, or find any other movement that you like here. Think about lifting your hips up a little bit more rather than sinking and collapsing and just hanging out in the pose. Bring your hands down behind you to come to a seat on your mat with your legs out in front. Legs are bent. Hands come back behind you. Fingers can face the front, the back, or the side. You might want to experiment and see what feels best for your wrists. When you're ready, press down into your hands and into your feet. Lift your hips and your heart up towards the sky. Maybe you start to tilt your head back, looking up to the ceiling. Engage your glutes, engage your hamstrings. Think of bringing your feet closer towards your shoulders to engage the back body a little bit more. Lower down. From here, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. So we're not relaxing the hips all the way back down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. We're keeping them lifted here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. From here, you can continue just like that. Or if you would like to add on, we're going to try that with just one leg. So let's lift the right leg up. The right leg can be bent or straight. Press down into your hands and into the left foot to lift yourself up into reverse table. Maybe the head tilts back. Lift your hips up a little bit higher, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Bring the right foot down. Left leg lifts up. Press into your hands. And the right foot to lift yourself up into reverse table. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Maybe the head tilts back and you look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Two more. Lift up. Lower back down. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Bring that left foot down to the mat. Extend your legs long. Cross your left foot over the right leg. Right leg is straight. Left leg is bent. Right arm wraps around the left leg. Left fingers come behind you. Tent up onto the left fingers to find more length in your spine. And then start to come into your twist, looking over your left shoulder towards the back of the room. Can you sit up even taller here? Take one more breath. Gradually release from this twist. Extend the left leg long. Let's try that on the other side. Right foot will cross over the left leg. Left arm wraps around the right leg towards the chest. Right fingers tent up behind you. Look over the right shoulder as you start to come into your twist. Can you sit up even taller as you gaze towards the back of the room? Think of having really good posture here, finding more space in between all of the vertebrae of your spine. Find a little bit of softness in this twist while still staying strong and engaged. Relax your jaw, your forehead, your right hand, your right fingers, as well as the right shoulder. The right shoulder comes down away from the right ear. Can you open up your chest towards the right side of the room just a little bit more? Gradually come back to center. Extend the right leg long. Bring your hands on your thighs. Feel your thighs press up into your hands as you engage the legs. Sit up even taller, shoulders over the hips. Chin is about parallel to the ground. Gaze forward. Crown of the head is lifting up here. Root down through your sit bones and through your hips. And get light through your upper body. From here, bend your knees. The soles of the feet will plant down. Take your time to come all the way down to your back. Let's come into happy baby. Bending your knees, soles of the feet come up towards the ceiling, grabbing onto the ankles, the shins, maybe the backs of the legs, maybe the feet, or the big toes. So you have lots of options. Find one that works for you. The legs can be super bent. Maybe as you come into your happy baby, you try to straighten one knee as you bend the other and switch from side to side. Maybe you try to straighten both legs. Maybe you rock from side to side. Think of drawing your knees out towards the sides of your body and then gently down towards the ground without forcing or pulling anything. Just gently allowing your body to come into its expression of the pose. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a hug, give yourself a squeeze. Thank yourself for making it to your mat. Thank your body for all that it does for you each and every day. Extend your legs out long. Arms go long next to your body. Take up as much space as you like on your mat. Making any adjustments, making any movements that you need in order to get comfortable and get settled in as you find your Shavasana. As thoughts come, allow them to come. And as thoughts go, allow them to go. Watch your thoughts. Simply observe them without becoming attached to them and without judging them as good or bad or right or wrong or anything else. Feel your body resting here on your mat and pay attention to how you are feeling in this moment. If thoughts continue to pull you away from your practice, I invite you to use your breath. Remind yourself of each time you breathe in, and remind yourself of each time you breathe out, to get anchored and grounded back into the present moment. Stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. Come out of it only when you feel ready. And when you do come out of it, please keep your focus, keep your attention drawn inward to yourself until you finish the practice. Thank you so very much for being here. I hope you had fun with this class. I would love to hear any thoughts or feedback from class. Please be sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this class and if you do not want to miss any of my other classes. I hope you have a wonderful day. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.